All right, let's talk about an unsung hero of the Super Bowl, Leo Chenal, and there's reasons why he was an unsung hero. He didn't have a ton of snaps in the game, only around 25 snaps total, but he was actually Pro Football Focus's highest graded player, and it's kind of funny going back and watching the game and paying attention to him when he was out there. It's almost like a Forrest Gump type situation where it seems like every key moment he was involved in, starting off with the fumble that happened. First, he's going to be lined up on the line. I know it's a little bit hard to tell, kind of zoomed out, but it will get easier in just a second. But watch as you see when this begins, you're going to notice that, okay, this part, nothing too fancy. I mean, he's doing a fine job of being, in his gap. You could argue maybe could be doing a better job of getting over to tackle McCaffrey from this point. But again, he's going up against an offensive lineman. Tough situation for an off-ball linebacker here. But, that's not the important part of this play. The important part of this play is how he's going to finish off this play. So you see where he is now. Watch him turn back, and he has a key impact in that play, which results in the ball coming out. I'm going to show the other angle to really get a clear view of what's going on. So you see him right here. Again, this is where he was, before McCaffrey gets through. But then watch what happens. Chenal is going to twist around, and at this spot, couple things to note. You see him, he's getting ready to make the tackle, but also the ball is the key factor here, as it is in many plays. Right there, you see another Kansas City player has kind of dislodged it a little bit. He's, gotten it more in a more of a weak position for McCaffrey. I'm sure McCaffrey would like to have that much more kind of lodge into his chest area, but it's gotten pushed back a little bit, so it's not a position where McCaffrey is used to holding it, and this is where Chenal is going to come in. Watch Chenal grab on and really just squeezes it out. I know that there was an offensive lineman kind of in the way, but that's really what happened. I'll show it a couple times, but he kind of grabbed on and just was able to yank it out that way. So again, it wasn't just him, and a lot of these plays aren't going to be just him, but he had a key impact, and a lot of these plays are going to be him having a key impact in some big plays, which is definitely, I think, an important aspect of this game. Like going over here, this whole sequence, I brought it up when I did my 7 worst plays of the 49ers, or 7 worst moments of the 49ers. This was one of their worst moments, which also means it's one of the Chiefs' best moments, right? Which is getting this stop. The 49ers are in Kansas City territory. This is immediately after Mahomes throws that interception, and already up 7 points. If San Francisco can just get a first down here, or even just get some yards, they can try a long field goal and potentially go up 10 points here. But this is where Leo Chenal comes in, this first play. He's going to be blitzing on this play, whereas the 49ers are running a play action. When this play begins, you see that right here, he gets through untouched and doing a great job of not falling for play action, not falling for a fake to Samuel. He's solely going towards Purdy, trying to, hopefully get a sack, but at the very least get a pressure and disrupt this play. As you see, that's exactly what he does, disrupts the play. Purdy has to throw it away. Part of me, I think on a play like this, I don't honestly think that he was blitzing to rush the passer. I think that was a run blitz, but it doesn't matter because he was able to read quickly that it was going to be a passing play and help disrupt that play. There was then a penalty, which created 2nd and 15. The 49ers did not get enough yards to get a field goal and had to punt the ball away instead. And then on San Francisco's next drive, there was that 3 straight 3-and-out situation. Well, he had an impact on this one as well. It's going to be zone coverage, and you see where he is on the field. Okay, zone coverage, the 49ers are running a play action. A lot of guys can get out of position in these situations. When this play begins, you do see that he moves in a little bit for the play action, definitely bites on it, but in a way where he can still try and get back and he can still try to cover guys down the field. And a lot of times you'll see players overcommit on this, just completely turn their back towards the quarterback, make sure they get back. And if that happens, that actually could be trouble. However, watch out Chenal, make sure he does look back, but he keeps looking at Purdy as well. So for when Purdy finally does just flip the ball to Jauan Jennings here, in a typical situation right here, it actually wouldn't be a bad play by Purdy, and oftentimes could even be a good play by Purdy because the linebackers are going to be out of position given the play action. But throughout the course of this game, when Chenal was out there, he was not getting himself. If he was getting himself, I shouldn't say he wouldn't get out of position, but when he was getting out of position, he was also making sure that he was aware of what the ramifications of that could be and where he's now been left open and making sure he's aware of it so he can make a play. So right here, while the ball is going Jennings' way, he's well past, well before the line of scrimmage, so it's a dangerous situation. But again, we saw Jennings make some moves in this game. Jennings was having a great game. So there's a difference between being able to be in position to tackle him and actually tackling him. However, that's what Chenal is going to do. They lose 8 yards on that play. And if Chenal wasn't there, they're at least getting back to the line of scrimmage on that play. I don't know what else is happening, but they're getting back to the line of scrimmage if Jennings makes a move right there. So, while I wouldn't say Chenal was the only player who had an impact on that play, of course, he certainly had a big impact. And again, these are back-to-back drives where the 49ers had 3 straight 3-and-outs, which was kind of, in a lot of ways, the difference in the game. Chenal had a key impact in 2 of those drives stalling. This play ended up not being as impactful as we, at first thought it might have been. This is a 3rd down and 2. It's going to be a running play. You see Chenal's block on this one. It's going to be a tight end who's going to block him. Okay, well, let's see how this works out. Well, Purdy takes the snap, and you kind of see, Chenal kind of just gets the outside leverage just enough. He's able to get towards the outside, where McCaffrey, who is about to bounce things towards the outside, largely due to the great work the interior Chiefs defensive line did, forcing him to the outside. But Chenal definitely has an area where he can try and get towards McCaffrey. And again, was one of the players to come through and help make that tackle. Was not the only player, but definitely was a player who came through and helped make that play work for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, again, 49ers ended up getting the 4th down conversion. So this play didn't end up being as big of an impact as we thought it might have been had the 49ers just kicked the field goal instead. However, I think you could still argue that, down the stretch, the 49ers on 3rd down and shorts were throwing it instead of running it. That the 3rd down and 4 situation, late in the game, the 49ers did not run the ball there and try to set up a 4th down where they could then run it again. If they didn't get the 1st down, they elected to pass. Things like that. It could have still had ripple effects throughout the game, even if on this play, it didn't end up having the biggest impact. And also, later on in this drive, so the Chiefs, gave up a touchdown. The 49ers score a touchdown, but it was only 6 points, not 7. And that's in part because of Leo Chenal. Yes, Leo Chenal on this play. You see I've circled his hand. So it's actually a little bit tough, which is why I'm pausing it and going to really explain what happened. Because it looks like it's Mike Dana's hand, and that's the one that definitely had the biggest impact. But you're going to see Moody kicks this one, and it clearly hits off of Chenal's hand first, which is why Chenal got credit for the blocked field goal. Now, would that have still been blocked had it not hit Chenal's hand? I don't know. I don't think it's really possible to tell. But either way, good job by him to get a hand on it and to help disrupt it. So even if Dana's hand wasn't there, then it still would have been a blocked field goal regardless. So got to give him credit there, as obviously, again, it's not quite as simple as, well, there was a blocked extra point and then it went to overtime and the Chiefs won. Therefore, the blocked extra point was the Chiefs would have lost had this blocked extra point not happened, because of course the Chiefs wouldn't have kicked the field goal down 4 points in the final seconds, right? They would have gone for it. The whole game changes had that 1 point been different. So who knows what would have happened, but the Chiefs won because of the blocked extra. The Chiefs won, and that blocked extra point was a part of why. So you definitely have to feel like it was a big factor in them winning. They didn't have to go for it on a 4th down, late in the game because of the blocked extra point. So definitely a key impact here for Chenal. So guy who didn't play a ton in this game, but when he was out there, definitely made a huge impact. So I figured he deserves a video of his own for all the key plays that he made. I mean, again, it's like how many key plays were made throughout the course of this game, in part by Chenal. Both of those stops on 1st down to kind of help create the 3-and-outs situations, the fumble, and then the blocked extra point. I mean, that's a huge impact in this football game, so got to give Chenal a lot of credit. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.